and welcome to another episode of DYCA TV with me, Keia.
And me, Tomek.
It is Friday the 27th of March and the end of Block 6.
Only one more to go before the end of the academic year.
Unbelievable! We've had a lot happening in this block.
Yes, we have. Coming up in today's show,
we sent our reporters to catch up with the Les Mis cast and crew.
We investigate the French Revolution.
We will be finding out about the springtime celebrations of Easter and Passover.
And we have got some amazing footage of the solar eclipse to share with you, so stay tuned.
Earlier this block, DYCA put on a production of Les Misérables.
Yes, it was an amazing performance from our students.
We sent our reporters to catch up with the cast and crew of Les Misérables.
Here's what they had to say.
The story it tells is quite complicated. It's set just after the French Revolution, when France was a very, very poor country. People are striving to get things that they felt was fair, and we follow the character called Jean Valjean, who has been put in prison for stealing a loaf of bread, and then he gets released. He's put on parole, but his parole allows him to do next to nothing. He's basically living as a con all of his life, and he never gets any opportunities, and he decides this isn't good enough for him, so he breaks away from that. He breaks his parole and goes and creates a new life for himself.
So it is written on the doorway to paradise that those who falter and those who fall.
It takes a lot. Thankfully, we're very, very, very well supported by the finance team, who have always supported us very, very well. In other schools, I've never seen the amount of support that we get given, so we're very, very lucky. It starts with us as a team, myself, Mr. Renshaw, Mrs. Appleby, and all the other performing arts team, having a concept, having an idea. This time the idea was Les Mis. And then we start planning, we get other people involved, people like Laos, lots of people who come and get involved in the show. And then we start with the auditions process before summer. And then we start the rehearsal process after summer, getting all the singing ready, and then we go to stage, do the floor rehearsals, and then we're at this stage where we have the set in, we put all the lighting and sound equipment in, then the show goes on.
Don't you I don't feel any pain, a little fall of rain can hardly hurt me now.
This show has been the most impressive show we've ever done. This is my 6th show at DYCA, and the cast this time have been impeccable. There's no other word for it. They've been absolutely fantastic. From year 7s up to upper 6 students, everyone has taken it on. They've done exactly as they've been asked. They've learned their lines way before they were meant to. They have taken on criticism very, very well. But at the same time, they've developed their characters and developed their voices singing-wise absolutely brilliantly. We're very, very, very proud of them.
What an amazing show it was.
I think this may have been one of the best ones yet.
The cast was spectacular, weren't they? And the storyline was sort of still relevant today, wasn't it?
Yes, let us reflect on the beginning that began over 2,000 years ago.
That was a long time ago, when the Roman Empire ruled most of Europe.
Yes, but one person rose above the empire, and from him grew a great community.
And this community has around 2 billion followers now.
Yes, it does. Of course, we are talking about Christianity.
You see, Easter is seen by Christians as even more important than Christmas.
Wait, what? How can anything be more important than Christmas?
Because Easter marks the time that Christians believe that Jesus was resurrected, having paid the ultimate price for our sins.
Easter Sunday, 5th of April 2015. Easter is the Christian celebration that marks the resurrection of Jesus Christ 3 days after he was horrifically killed by crucifixion. 2,000 years ago, how was anybody to know that this historical event would change the entire world forever? Following Jesus' crucifixion on what is now known as Good Friday, his body was taken from the cross and was put down to rest in a cave tomb and sealed by a huge stone. Yet 2 days later, the body had gone. Mary Magdalene had come to visit the tomb, but to her astonishment, the stone had been moved and Jesus' body was nowhere to be seen. God had raised Jesus from the dead. This was the resurrection. This was the origin of Easter. Reporting for DYCA TV, my name is Anita Graves.
We'd like to wish a happy Easter from everyone at DYCA TV to all our Christian friends and family.
Now, as you will know, we are saying goodbye to our principal, Mrs. Frost, this block.
Miss Frost has been a role model and fantastic leader to all of us here, and we're sorry to see her go.
We caught up with her to wish her goodbye and ask her to reflect on her time here at DYCA.
I first heard about DYCA in February 2005, and I knew what the vision was planned by the governors then, and Ros McMullen and Bishop David Young and all the people who were involved with Agnes Stewart and Brainwood, and I just fell in love with the passion of the vision. And so it was a journey of courage for everybody, real belief, great leadership by Ros McMullen and the senior team, that's the senior managers, the senior leaders and all the staff, because they believed that the children had more to give and achieve. And it has been a complete joy working with so many different staff and seeing the children achieve their best. Sports days, huge fun at sports days. The final assemblies of a real community, and all of them have been very special to me. When the whole academy stands as one, whether it's for religious purposes, whether it's for remembrance, the senior threes, leavers, welcoming the new freshers, that's the community feeling. Graduation is always a fantastic thing to welcome back the senior threes and the upper sixth. And I think the achievement assemblies, the art exhibitions, the shows, and simply going into a lesson where children are really enjoying learning. My message to the children is that I have loved being with them, and that the best thing for me is watching them grow into adults where they can find their place in the world, as I keep saying, because that's what it's all about. Just find what your passion is, know what you want to do, and stand by that, because then you'll be a happy person. And I send them my love. The message for the staff would be all around LEAF for me. So there is love, enterprise, aspiration and faith. And that the Academy is also part of Manson St James and Rothwell Primary, because a child's journey is from birth until the end of their education, which probably is the end of their life really. So the message to the staff that I've worked with: thank you for your friendship and your hard work and your stamina and courage and relentless optimism to make sure that our children become their best. When I leave this academy, this is just a comma, not a full stop, because the academy has places to go yet. The community and the children believe in themselves now, and David Young Community Academy is definitely on the map.
From everyone at DYCA TV, we'd like to wish Miss Ross every success for the future. We will miss you. Just time for a thought of the day.
For today's show, we have selected something from an unlikely source, The Lion King.
A famous quote from the classic children's films goes, "You must take your place in the circle of life."
This means that we are all put on the earth for a reason, and we all have a role to play.
Just like Moses, Jesus and Muhammad, may God be pleased with them all, had difficult hurdles to jump, they never gave up.
They persisted, were driven, were passionate for what they believed in, and overcame their difficulties to reach their targets.
Just like all great men and women, it is important not to give up on our goals. We must learn from our mistakes in order for us to become stronger and reach our goals.
And don't forget, we all do this not only for ourselves, but also for the people who depend on us, or will be dependent on us.
And so, we must work hard, stick to our goals, and take our place in the circle of life.
So, time is nearly up for this episode.
But before we go, we'd like to leave you with some stunning images and footage of the solar eclipse to help you reflect on the circle of life.
From everyone at DYCA TV,
Goodbye!